Now Hanowski back in on the attack. Puts it in front, back into the score! Jared Festler, what a pass by Hanowski!
It's been pretty special playing with Fess for this long. Obviously knew him as a really young kid and played with him all the way up, and not just hockey but in baseball. And it's been a cool experience, and there's probably not too many people that have been able to play with the same person in the sport for so long.
I played with him every other year at Little Falls, and then obviously in high school for 2 years. You know, he's a good player. He's a close family friend. We'd always, go to each other's houses and, practice baseball, hockey, whatever it was. Just get together and hang out.
As a coach, looking at them as young kids in Pee-wees and Bantams, and even down at the squirt and mite level, they were both phenomenal skaters. I remember several times people coming up to me and say, "Boy, you really got, those two kids are going to be phenomenal for you when they get to the high school age."
Obviously, when you're a Division I athlete, they have a little something extra, and you can see that when they were growing up together and stuff like that in their competition and commitment too.
Little Falls, especially a small town, you grow up with the same players every year. We barely had enough to make a high school team, and so, you grew up playing with those players, and you develop friendships that are everlasting.
He was a year older than me and always was very successful at every level, and I know when I was younger I always kind of was trying to get better to try and compete with him and be able to play at the same level that he did. And I think we both did a good job of pushing each other to become better hockey players, and I think it helped us out in the long run.
Both of them were very hard workers, very good to our program, captains, leaders in the locker room, outside the locker room. So they were one of a kind. Those two kids made the other kids better, and not only on the ice but off the ice. And it was a great thing to coach them and watch them and go through that.
High school is probably, our fondest memory. Obviously making to the state tournament and being on the same line with them.
When they got the opportunity to play on the same line and, had some nice tic-tac-toe type passes for a goal, that was pretty special, I think, to see that, from the hometown boys. So
I think it's a good thing for the community also. It gives recognition to our community.
Coming from Little Falls, a small town, and having two players so close together in age, to have that opportunity is pretty special.
The loyalty factor is pretty high with those kids, and it is with us too, with John and I. I think it's important that they come back and give back, and I think whenever they get an opportunity, they've done that, and I think it's huge.
They're a prime example of kids that are working hard for their education, and they do a lot back and give a lot back to their program.
I definitely feel like you have more of a sense of pride when you have your hometown as Little Falls, small town, and you always want to do well, not just for yourself but also for your community, because it's kind of a reflection upon them as well. And they were a big part of Jared and I's success.
I think that more people go to the games now because there's two Little Falls kids playing. I think it's been huge.
They played a lot of games together, and it's just one of those things that have to end, and the memories are still there, and all the things that they did together. I think it'll be sad not only for them but for everybody else that has gone up and supported the Huskies over the course of the last 3-4 years, and obviously some of them go just to see Jared and Ben, but have embraced the Husky program.
Growing up with someone, and it could be your last time skating with them, it's obviously going to be an emotional factor, but I really look forward, to watching him grow up too. He's got a senior year left.
State tournaments we went to in high school, we played in 2 of those together. NCAA tournament we played in, Final Five we played in together. Those are all kind of things that'll be with you the rest of your life, and something that you'll kind of hold dear to your heart, that someone from your hometown and kind of a childhood friend that you get to go through and do those things together with.
Sports and athletics bring a lot of good things out in people, and since they're just great people, I would expect them to, whatever they do in life, they're going to be the best that they can be, just through the athletics that they've had at St. Cloud State and Little Falls. And I wish everybody in every community had a Jared Festler and a Ben Hanowski.